All right, this is the talk through on how to add your backing track to GarageBand and get your project ready to record your solo and head over top of, like I said, the backing track. So here I am on my iPad, and I'm going to go in. You see my iPad or the GarageBand icon right here, the guitar. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And this is what it should look like when you're done. Okay, so obviously, now I want to change. We'll talk about that in a second, but we see all of this here. We see the backing track. We see my instrument as the bagpipes. It's named lead vocals. We'll change that name in a little bit. Super cool. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the documents page, and I'm going to click new. So inside GarageBand, make sure you download it from the app portal. Here I am, and I'm going to go over to the audio recorder, and I'm just going to click voice. It's not really your voice, but that's what we're going to use. And there you go. Okay, and you can see that it's picking up my voice as I'm speaking. So I'm going to go to what looks like up here in the top, on the top bar, it looks like Morse code, right? The lines with the dots. And I touch that, and it's going to show me the track listing. So I'm going to go ahead, I tap the microphone, and I'm going to rename it and also change the icons. Just that way I don't get lost. So icon, and then I'm going to go over here to wind instruments, and you can pick whatever wind instrument you're going to do. I'm going to do some jazz recorder, and I'm going to tap it again, and I'm going to rename it. We're going to call this Mr. Rhoda. Naming it or renaming it is not going to make a huge difference when you submit your file, but if in fact you end up using multiple tracks or something like that, it will make it easier for you to just keep track. It keeps it better organized, so I think it's a good idea. Okay, a couple more setup things before we're ready to import our file. We're going to go up to the top, and you see that metronome up there. I'm going to go ahead and disable that because the backing track will act as your metronome. Then I'm going to go over to the settings tab. And excuse me, by the settings tab, I mean the plus button, because right now GarageBand defaults to only doing 8 bars at a time, which is not great for you because Doxy is more than 8 bars long. So I'm going to touch that plus button, and this comes down here. And look, it says section A is 8 bars. I don't want it to do that, so we're going to toggle the automatic section. So now it's just going to be as long as it wants to be. It's very important that you do this step before you import, or it will only import 8 bars at a time, which is suboptimal. All right. Okay, at this point, we are ready to import our audio file. So I'm going to go here in Safari in the browser, and I'm going to go to schoology. And this is right here in the Jazz Ensemble course. You'll bring this up. If I tap on the doxy.mp3 hyperlink down here, it gives me an option. Do you want to view or download Doxy? I want to download it. Okay, and you'll notice that that down arrow, that was the downloads tab. If I touch that, yes, it has downloaded. It's 4.9 megabytes. So once I do that, I'm going to navigate to my Files app. And it may or may not show up in your recent documents. You can also go here, and it should show downloads. And here in downloads is Doxy. So we know that it's there, right? We know where it is. We know it's there. Okay, just for safekeeping, I'm going to take this out of my downloads folder, and I'm going to put it on my iPad. So if I long press and I can drag it, I'm going to add it to Files. And it did not do what I wanted it to do, which was awesome. And I've already done this once, but we're going to do it again. So I'm going to replace it. It's now on my iPad. The important part is you know where you put it. Okay, so you can put it anywhere you'd like. Just make sure you remember where you put it. I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Okay, and then back into GarageBand. GarageBand treats your backing track as a loop. So up there at the top, the thing that looks like a little roller coaster loop-de-loop. You're going to tap that. And these are all the preset ones. You could get a 60s shuffle drum set, which is pretty cool. But I actually want to go to the Files app. Now it's going to show up in here because it's already there. Yours will not show up here. So you're going to go Browse Items from the Files app. And wherever you put it, that's where it's going to be. Now again, mine's under Recent, so it's totally cool. It's right there. Yours may not be, so I'm going to go Browse. And look, right there, 4.9 megabytes. And I tap it. Now it's going to show up here in the ones that you've used before. Now it's called Doxy 2. Again, I've done this before. It will not look like this for you unless you have done it before. I'm going to take it, I'm going to drag it. Oops, not delete. That's not what I wanted to do. Long press, and I drag it over here. See how that works? So long press, drag it out, release it, and there we go. We have our Doxy audio file ready to go. The only other thing that's very important, and you'll discover this if you do it the wrong way, is that you need to, whenever you make a recording, make sure that you've selected your track, so touch your instrument to record. If not, you're going to record over top of the backing track. So when you go to press the record button, and then you're in. Okay? And it'll play back for you. It's not playing back for me because it's not the way that it's set up. All right, guys, once you're done, you can go back and touch the little Morse code looking box. And look, there's a little bit of sound that was there, what I said. Okay? All right, guys, that's it.